Hey everybody, how are you? This is Charles here again, coming to you with another video live from Lagos, Nigeria. If you're new to the channel, I want to welcome you to Dreamers Pro, where we cover everything from entrepreneurship, personal development, and culture. That being said, I have a topic today that's really near and dear to my heart, and it's something I've been wanting to speak about for quite some time now. And I figure what better occasion than to talk about it tonight. And the topic is, how Kobe Bryant was able to overcome adversity in his career. Before I get into the details, for some of you who are unaware of who Kobe Bryant is, Kobe Bryant is an American basketball player. He played for the Los Angeles Lakers for 20 years, and he recently retired, I believe it was 2 years ago, from playing basketball. He now is into film and he does other things as well. He's into other business adventures as well. So that's for the international audience. The reason I'm doing that is because once I was giving a speech in my public speaking club back in college, and I started talking about Kobe Bryant, and I thought that the audience knew who he was, and I just assumed that. And at the end of the speech, I asked him, I said, "So do you have any question?" And one girl goes, "Who's Kobe Bryant?" So I just realized, you know what? Never assume that the audience knows the person you're talking about. Just explain it from the get-go. That being said, so I just want to get into, what I learned from studying Kobe Bryant's career as a fan, because I'm a fan of basketball, and he's been my favorite player for some time. Not just for the way he plays basketball, but for also the way he approaches the sport from the mental aspect. I think he's along the same mental wavelengths of Michael Jordan and Tiger Woods and some of the greatest performers of all time. Muhammad Ali, I think he's right up there from the mental toughness part, and that's why I believe a lot of people admire him, because of the way he thinks. I think that's what really draws a lot of people to him, especially nowadays. He goes around the world and he's still speaking, and people are very interested in what he has to say. But I want to get into a specific case for those of you who don't know. Back in 2003, or the season 2003 or 2004, Kobe Bryant was accused of sexual assault in Denver, Colorado, while he was there to play a basketball game. And the young lady who accused him said he had sex with her without her consent. And he later on had to go to court. And in his documentary, Muse, he spoke about how it was difficult for him to go through that ordeal with his family and all the pain that it brought to his wife. And he actually said that his wife, who was pregnant at the time, ended up having a miscarriage, and he believes that he was the reason for that. Now, the interesting thing is, as he was explaining what it was like during that period in his life where, he was in the prime of his career, he was playing, the best basketball ever, and that situation, arose, he was faced with a challenge. And the challenge was, how would he be able to continue to go out there and do his job, and at the same time be able to, deal with all of the issues that he had at home on a personal level? And for me, that was a fascinating dichotomy, because I put myself in that position, and I asked myself, I said, hey, how would I be able to handle such a situation like that? Imagine if I was being accused of, rape, or God forbid, rape or something else, and then I had to wake up every day and go to work. How would I negotiate my feelings every day? How would I perform? And the most fascinating thing about this guy, and it's the reason I'm doing this video, is that he was able to overcome the emotions of what was happening around him. Because I give you some context. What was happening was he would be in court during the daytime, I think in Denver, and then he would fly over to California to play a game at night. And he said sometimes he came home, and one day he found all of his clothes thrown out in the driveway by his wife, understandably for his transgressions. And he said he would go out on the court and still perform. And to me, that is fascinating, because what happens on some days when you have a headache and you're like, man, I can't do it, or you feel sick, or you have the flu, and you're just like, I don't know how I'm going to be able to to cope with my emotions. But then after, to see this guy be able to go out there and do that on a consistent basis really made me realize that this guy is not a regular person. He's quite different from the regular Joe that you come across every day. And for me, that was a learning lesson. Now living and working in Nigeria, that's a very, at times it gets very difficult because I'm new here. The culture is new, and there are a lot of things that I see that sometimes annoy me. But at the same time, I still have to perform. I still have to do my job. So I often at times draw inspiration from him and some of the things that he's been able to do. So for those of you out there who don't know who he is, I really recommend that you just spend some time and research him, especially if you're going through any difficult situations in your life and you don't really know where to draw inspirations from. I mean, he hasn't written any books up to date, but I think the message that he gives, and if you watch some of his talks, you can really gain a lot from it and really understand how he was able to deal with adversity. And I use it every day in my life, and it helps me get through some of the difficult times that I go through as well. So that's my message. My message is just to check out some of Kobe Bryant's content and see if you can draw some inspiration from it as well. But again, if you like this video and you found it to be useful, just hit the subscribe button, share it with a friend, and leave a comment below. I want to know what you think. I won't go on much longer, so I wish you a great afternoon and or evening, and have a great day. All right, peace.